A bunch of small channels have been contacting me to let me know that Fresh and Fit have been striking their channel, trying to get their channels deleted. When I heard about this, I was a little surprised, because if you aren't aware how the copyright system works, if you get 3 strikes, your channel can get terminated, meaning you're permanently off and no longer can make videos ever again. For a lot of people, that's their livelihood. And so when you use a copyright system and you do 3 strikes, you are trying to get them deleted.
Well, good evening, gentlemen. It's your boy Allende from Authentic Alphas. And as you can tell by the title, it's time to talk about Fresh and Fit once again. And contrary to popular belief, or at least the belief of the pathetic Fresh and Fit fanboys, I actually don't enjoy talking about these clowns. And I can honestly say I've never mentioned them other than to respond to something they've either done or said pertaining to me. And as you might have also guessed, I am one of the small channels that has been hit by a fraudulent copyright claim coming from the Fraud and Fit gang. So let's go ahead and get into it. And as this video is going to be primarily focusing on our right to free speech and fair use, I will be using several clips from other content creators, including these clown sisters, Fraud and Fake as Hell.
Folks react, folks transform, commentary. It's part of how things work. H3 already took this to court and won, so fair use is pretty well known on YouTube. So I'm not gonna lie to you, I was a little disappointed when I saw this, because irrespective of what you guys may believe, I don't want Fresh and Fit removed off YouTube. I don't want them destroyed. I make content to criticize and to do commentary. I enjoy it, we make laughs, people go back and forth, it's cool. When you want people's channels deleted, I think you go a step too far. You also have to know that if you abuse the system and YouTube finds out, you can get your channel terminated. Folks like Jamari, Spencer Cornelia, as well as Playback have all been hit numerous times. I have a YouTube rep. I can easily contact them, go through the back door, and handle a lot of this stuff, okay? But for these smaller channels, they don't have that same recourse. So when you do this, when you threaten their livelihoods, I'm like, man, what are you thinking? And I would caution the folks over at Fresh and Fit to rethink this strategy, because I'm telling you, it will get your channel removed. And if YouTube now starts to pay attention to the Red Pill community a lot more, there's a lot of people who are going to get removed. We're doing this video for all the smaller channels, the folks who are undoubtedly going to get hit by this. If you guys are being hit, feel free to message us. You, the viewer, I'm talking to you guys watching right now, all right? The folks who watch us and really fuck with us, okay? If you want to help, it's not that difficult. You can either like and comment if you don't have a Twitter, and if you do have a Twitter, get on Twitter and at YouTube and say, hey, these guys over at Fresh and Fit are abusing the copyright system. If everyone adds them, I promise you, YouTube will get on it like this and undo a lot of these strikes, because I think it's unfair that these guys who've worked really hard for their channels should have it removed through the abuse of the copyright system. All right, if you guys want support, again, like and comment so that this video can boost in the algorithm and can get seen by more people. And if you have a Twitter, get on Twitter at YouTube. And to the other channels who are being hit by this, I'm sorry, it's unfair.
Well, that's absolutely correct. No aspect of these guys are fair. In fact, Myron doesn't want anything to do with fairness. Let's see, their entire concept they took from me interviewing girls, although I did not encourage them to intoxicate the girls and confiscate their cell phones and ambush them with topics and subjects that they weren't given beforehand, and all under the rhetoric and talking points of Rollo Tomasi, which is also someone else's concepts, ideas, and material. So it doesn't surprise anybody that they would be attacking smaller channels that can't defend themselves the same way they attack women on their show who also can't defend themselves. And if those women should defend themselves, well, we'll get into that part a little bit later.
They don't like a little criticism and got tired of getting exposed, so what do? Try to cancel other creators with copyright strikes. Ironic, isn't it? White boy Spencer has arrived, and I decided to write a little poem. Let's have fun with this. On my journey to YouTube riches, I seem to upset 2 Miami bitches. In order to make this video, I didn't need a time buffer. I'm always down to clown on the podcast talent fluffer. Beware, we are dealing with alpha males. I'm sure they can take the critique. After all of the exposing, I'm afraid the videos have removed the mystique. The YouTube community now knows who they are. It's just validating what we already knew. If you like paying for women, they have an open spot to join their crew. I'm speaking to all women right now, all of you across the nation. If you're struggling to pay your rent, send a DM to the Walter Weeks Foundation. Real talk, they do have influence all from their popular show at night. So much influence across the globe that Tommy Fury did what they did and backed out of the fight. What they're doing by sending false copyright strikes does come with risk, because if their channel were to get terminated, Fresh would be begging for his job back at Wix. With it being the 9th day of Christmas, let's bring the song back. On the 9th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 9 ladies dancing. In Fresh and Fit's case, they'll pay top dollar for a dancing ladies romancing. Remember, Fresh, you have to pay even more to get a kiss on the cheek. When you're allegedly an alpha, you pay for everything. Instagram followers, press releases, rent. If their channel gets terminated, I hope they don't ask the women for a refund, because that money has already been spent. Don't worry, Fresh and Fit, I'm not showing up to your front door, but even if Myron wanted to fire a shot, he'd be as successful as Walter landing dates without a yacht. Now that the fun is over, let's get to the serious stuff. Someone sent me a clip from, I'm guessing, the podcast last night with Myron saying they will be copyright striking every video now. They didn't have this attitude for a year, and now they do. Little alpha males are getting tired of being called out.
There goes some more of their hypocrisy. They're willing to pay women for almost anything, but they sure don't pay their fanboys that they will have attack and harass you on every possible platform and report or your channels and your Instagram until it gets deleted. But that's how cowards play.
Right. Fake and fraud, coward in chief, Fresh Prince CEO, and Myron Games are officially on the war path, people. They are on the war freaking path, okay? And they are striking down channels that have done videos on them, that are doing popular numbers, or that just probably hurts the ego a little bit. So if you guys haven't heard by now, you know, I know most of you guys have, because we kind of have a shared mix of these kind of audience members, but essentially Playback, Jamari, Spencer Cornelia, he put out a post recently, and then Abba and Preach, but I don't think they're the ones who are getting copyright strike, but Abba did us a huge favor, being a larger channel, basically broadcasting this out to everyone, making sure they're aware of the buffoonery, as our O'Shea Duke Jackson would say, that is going on here within the manosphere, which is the fact of Fresh and Fit. These idiots are what they're doing.
Here with another video, as y'all can see in the title, Fresh and Fit trying to get us out of here, my boys. This is also a warning to other channels out there as well. If y'all run into any complications, please be on the lookout, because it seems like they are trying to silence a lot of people and make sure all your channels, your videos are removed about them. But it is true. The 3 iconic videos that we had on the channel about Fresh and Fit, exposing them, one almost hit 1 million.
Word.
They're now gone off the channel, man.
So they first came on our radar like a year ago. I was scrolling through YouTube and I found a video of Fresh lying about some NBA party he'd been to and how an NBA player helped get him some pussy. And he bridged from that story, that fake story, to tell us to buy his course. I thought it was hilarious. We both obviously knew it was fake. They left our radar.
After we made that video, they did a response to us, an hour-long response, where a lot of the things that y'all saw them talk about Abba and Preach and how they disrespected them, they did the exact same thing to us months ago. Like literally at the top of this year, they did the exact same thing. So all of that, those lies that they were spewing about how, oh, we just got caught up on the moment. It was just, we let the fame get to our head. It was just acting as if like it was a one-time occurrence. No, back when they had 20, 30, 40,000 subscribers, they were acting the exact same way. So they did the exact same thing to us months ago. Also, bozos, we saw that you all deleted the video. Don't worry about it. I downloaded that stream months ago. Even after Abba and Preach exposed y'all and y'all were forced to delete that video, y'all still kept up the video where y'all were completely violating us for no reason, violating TOS in the exact same process. And the only reason why y'all finally took it down is because once y'all copyright striked us, y'all was like, they might retaliate, so we're gonna go ahead and just remove that video from YouTube right now. That's the only time y'all actually removed it. So y'all knew we weren't gonna be able to give you all a strike.
But anyway, it has come to the internet's attention that these guys aren't who they say they are. They're promoting this lifestyle and this philosophy on relationships, women, and finances, but turns out they're not even following what they're saying they believe in. So to be able to sell courses and not even truly practice those things is crazy. So the evidence is out on the internet, and we love to laugh at hypocrisy here on this channel, and it happens in all forms from all types of people. Fresh and Fit just happen to be one of them. Yep. But the sad reality is in my experience on YouTube here, it always seems like for some reason it's just the men, especially the men who claim to be like alpha red pill, that end up getting like the most emotional about shit. You lied. It was funny you lied. That's why people reacted. You copyright striking 3 of our videos means that our channel could have gotten permanently terminated. For your reporting of our fair use reaction to your hypocrisy, you were willing to terminate our channel. All that is besides the point. You know you fucked up. You admitted that you fucked up on the internet multiple times this year. Yeah. You haven't changed whatsoever. Reality is you guys is dog shit people. You're the exact type of people we like to laugh at.
Yeah, they are definitely dog shit people. And all these people that they're trying to silence are just people that are responding to their buffoonery. Most of these guys are just clapping back at shots fired. But apparently it's okay for them to fire, but it's not okay for them to get fired on.
Interestingly enough, luckily I didn't get a copyright strike, but what did happen yesterday, oddly enough, is my Instagram got randomly deleted. That's weird.
Sorry to hear that, Kev. Me too. My IG also got hacked and deactivated suspiciously just when I was messaging several women that had been kicked off the Fresh and Fit show in hopes of putting together an episode where they could all get to say their side of things without getting thrown out for just having an opinion or wanting to defend themselves. And I also know that this is something that Mr. Myron Gaines would do because it's something that he threatened to do to people in my presence many of times when I was backstage. He would say, and I quote, "We gonna shut this bitch down. I got somebody that can hack her IG or his IG." Suspiciously enough, people that he doesn't like are all getting their IGs hacked.
This happened to my friend Alex from Playing with Fire. Before his Instagram account, he hasn't been able to get it back. This was like months ago. And he told me that his account got mass reported. And I have a feeling that this happened to my Instagram account as well. I don't know why Fresh and Fit went after my Instagram. Maybe it was just their fanboys. But considering that we all got basically attacked yesterday, I mean, it had to be a coordinated thing. Like, what the hell? I don't know. Like, what? And dude, Myron even said in some of his past streams of like, hey, you know, no hate toward the people who are critical of us. You do you, whatever. What a load of crap. And then they go around copyright striking people. Copyright strike, gotcha, bro, haha. Yeah, guys, contrary to popular belief, I don't want to, like, just make Fresh and Fit videos all the time, all right? But it's like as soon as I try to, like, not cover Fresh and Fit anymore, I just get, like, dragged back in, you know? So I actually, that's the one thing the fanboys are actually, I kind of agree with them on. They're like, oh, the last 10 videos of yours are all about Fresh and Fit. You talk about nothing else. I'm like, dude, I don't want to just keep talking about them, but like when they keep doing this BS, I have to say something because people are constantly emailing me saying like, hey, Kevin, what are your thoughts on this? Have you seen this? Well, are you going to cover this? I'm like, well, if my audience wants to see it, I guess I should cover it. And it just happens to be that way, you know? But this time, like, it actually does affect me. My Instagram got deleted. And also, like, I haven't received a copyright strike yet.
I sure can relate to your frustration, Kev. I feel you, brother. I'm always getting accused of clout chasing, and all my most viewed videos are about Fresh and Fit, yet every video I've ever made about these dudes has been in direct response to something they said about me, or some type of lie they told about me, or other content creators that they told not to work with me. And let me not say they, because it was Myron, but he's told several content creators, big names that you guys have heard of, not to work with me because if they did, then they would no longer be welcome on the Fresh and Fit show, which of course is a lot of exposure. So I understand those guys making the better decision for their brand, but blackballing people, dude, that's some low ass shit.
Anybody know how many strikes Fresh and Fit tried to give me on my content? 3 and you're done. They tried to give me 10. It was like 10. I was like, what in the hell is going on? I said, what is going on? Right? What did this email say? It said, listen. It said, hello, the lead attorney. It said, listen now. We got some takedown notices for you. So now, you know, we reviewed your channel. We reviewed your analytics. And it seemed to us that it was a little weird because you normally played it straight up. Right? You normally played it straight up. So how all of a sudden, how are you getting these notices? So we had to investigate a little deeper. Said we looked at your application. And then when we're like, oh, we saw something in there. You know what we saw? You are accused of taking other people's content without permission. Do you know what we saw? We saw that you are African American. They're like, oh my God, Black people be stealing. You're stealing. You're stealing content. Right? Listen, let me back up. Let me back up for a second. I shout out to YouTube. I tagged them in this, so they're gonna see it. YouTube, this is how we get down over here. This is not a shot at y'all. This is not this is gonna be a little blue, but this is a joke. This is a joke. Come on, YouTube. This is a joke. We're gonna be talking about something very serious though. But we're gonna keep it light. But it's serious. All right. So shout out to YouTube. Shout out to YouTube creators. They've been tagged in this. I know they're gonna watch it. We've got a lot of content creators. Just been notified that Abba and Preach are in the house. Gonna bring them up in a few minutes. I want to talk to y'all for a second first, though. They said, it looks like you've been stealing. But then we saw, you know, we looked at all of your content and we noticed that you're an attorney, right? You're Black, but you're an attorney. So we're going to give you the benefit of the doubt. It said, you're good. Don't worry. Don't worry about all of these notices, all of these violations. We've investigated it, and you're good. You keep making content. You keep getting us our 30%. Keep getting these damn Snapchats, or what they call them, super stickers. Keep getting the damn super chats. Where's our 30%? You keep making content, boy. I said, thank you, YouTube. They went further. Do you know what they did? This is how cold YouTube is. They didn't just investigate all of these claims for me and tell me that I'm good. You know what they did? They sent me an email chain. Uh-oh. They sent me an email chain of discussions that they are having with Fresh and Fit's attorneys. Ooh. What I saw in there, boy, what I saw in there, I'm gonna show it all to you. Let me reduce the lighting on this damn monitor, because it always.
I actually also got the same emails myself, and I thought it was very interesting. And I'm glad that somebody that's qualified to talk about it, like the lead attorney, went ahead and exposed that little bit of information, because I was a little bit wary to show those emails. I thought that might be some kind of legal issue. There was something in there that said, YouTube saying that information wasn't supposed to be shared, but I absolutely did get those same emails. And from the looks of them, YouTube is not falling for this BS.
Fresh and Fit decided to hit us with dozens of copyright claims. We saw this was probably going to end up coming, and honestly, not upset about it at all. They apologized to us for some of the comments that they made in regards to Preach Significant Other. And then afterwards, recently, they decided to copyright claim the video that we did in response to their apology. So they feel like they're in the right in doing so. So I'm going to play a clip from their channel, which again, they might copyright claim, but I'm still going to play it so you guys can get the full context, because I could explain it myself, but I don't want to.
Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're back. You know what I'm saying? The haters tried to kill us. Over 30 plus YouTube channels made videos like slandering our name, whatever it is. Now they're mad that there's consequences to actions, bro. Y'all are not going to be able to run around and drag our name in the mud with, falsely, without some kind of recourse, bro. Like, that's just not the way the world works.
And just because your reality is ours doesn't mean that we're wrong. Like, we live this lifestyle. This is who we are.
Yeah,
bro.
So, hey, man.
You know what it is, bro? Someone are mad that they can't do what we do. That's what it really is, man.
Yeah, facts. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even want to toot our own horn, but think about it, bro. Monday, we talked to you guys about making money, right? We brought Grant Cardone, Robert Kiyosaki, you know what I'm saying? Critically acclaimed authors, guys that are multimillionaires, billionaires on the show, teach you how to make money. Wednesdays, we talk about dating, right?
You know what kills me about these guys? They always talk about, yeah, we're making men's lives so much better. Our channel's about doing all this stuff. If you go look at the views on their videos, none of them are on the videos where they're supposedly helping men. None of the men are tuning in for financial advice. The men are not tuning in for fitness advice. They're not tuning in for none of that. You know what they tune in for? Women getting dunked on. Bimbos getting kicked out. So I think this whole disingenuous thing where you're like, we're helping men get better. I mean, I'm sure there's a small section of men who are appreciative. Your brain is built on dunking on women.
Yeah, this is a point that I've been trying to make for some time. Clearly, all of their most viewed videos, or videos that get any significant views, are the ones where they have, multiple girls on an interview, or when they kick a female out, which I find interesting, because Myron told me to my face, you overvalue yourself. We don't need you. I don't need you. Yet you abuse a concept that I gave you, because you never do a late night show without a group of girls. So if you didn't need that idea, then why have you yet to do a fucking show without a room full of girls? Obviously you need that room full of girls. But there are more than one episode where you're yelling and screaming at a girl, telling her that we don't need you, bitches, we would be fine without you. Okay, well, do your show without the females then. And for someone that hates women, and has told me that himself, that he hates these bitches. In fact, when I brought him the idea to interview groups of women, he told me, no, I'm not giving these bitches a platform. I'm not giving these bitches a voice. I hate these bitches. And then he reevaluated it. He let me try it out and realized, okay, this is a gimmick that we could ride out forever. You don't have to worry about being interesting. You don't have to worry about being original. You don't have to worry about saying anything new or having any interesting topics. You just have to have a room full of girls, give the same analogies and the same talking points, and berate them the same, attack them the same. And if you're lucky, you'll be able to kick one of them out and get some viral views. which I, again, find very interesting because I was the one that told him, if you're going to kick females out the studio, at least do it on camera. Myron had no intention of kicking women out on camera. He was terrified to do that until I told him you could at least make it worth your while and get the views off of it. But I didn't encourage him to target a female, every episode to do it as an agenda. My point was, if a girl is disrespectful and she's not following the rules, simply ask her to leave, but at least do it on camera and make the point that disrespect won't be tolerated. That's a far cry from instigating these conflicts.
4-minute video about how Fresh and Fit are doing it to other channels, okay? So if you see it, Fresh and Fit are trying to delete smaller YouTube channels via copyright censorship. So I want to kind of give my thoughts on this as a YouTuber and as a creator. For those of you who do reaction channels, because I'm quite familiar with how this process works. Let me say this. A lot of YouTubers kind of feel some kind of way about people reacting to their content without permission. I know that you have this kind of fair use thing going on, and I understand that. But some people just don't like it, especially if it's making fun of them. I could definitely understand that. I've had people snatch my whole entire video and post it up and things like that. But what I want to say is this. The reaction style content, fair use, is tricky. There is not a real line as to how you can really define it on YouTube. And again, because if it is, then they wouldn't be able to submit the copyright takedown. And I believe Albert talked about that in his video, where he's saying that it's kind of cheating the system. It's kind of a hole in the system. Here's what I want to say. Here's the bigger part of it. Fresh and Fit are pissing off big time YouTubers. Like, you don't want to turn the YouTube community against you. Like, they wouldn't even be reacting to your stuff if you wouldn't be f***ed up. But because you are, you continuously do stupid things. You're continuously doing things you should not be doing, whether it's Fresh CEO or Myron. Again, you continue to have problems at your studio. You continue to have problems and scandals. Like, outside of that July thing, you still have problems. You had a girl pull out a gun, all right, just like 2 days ago. And then you have, before that, you have the Fresh CEO thing. And then there's this. So because of that, people are reacting to it. And they're going to use your content. That's something that you should know is going to happen on YouTube, whether you like it or not.
Now, when I was warned that these dudes were coming down with these copyright claims, the first thing that came to mind is pretty much the 3 major talking points that O'Shea just mentioned. I was thinking to myself, well, first of all, these guys are only clowning Fresh and Fit based on clips and content that they themselves put out, only to point out the hypocrisy by letting people hear them do and say these things themselves with their own eyes and ears. And the next thing I thought to myself was, it's hypocritical as hell, because these guys are constantly commenting on other people's content. So I thought that was a little bit strange. And then the last thing I thought to myself was, even if this is successful, it's going to leave a really bad taste in the mouths of other content creators, which I thought was crazy because they rely heavily on only 2 aspects. There's only 2 things that make up the Fresh and Fit formula. That's a room full of females and the male guests that they interview. And most of those male guests are other, content creators or, people that have celebrity or whatever, for whatever reason. And I thought to myself, well, if you do this, I mean, this is an absolute no-go for anybody that's creating content on whatever platform. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't have to be YouTube. It could be any other social media platform. I think we all kind of have an understanding that, silencing other content creators is kind of whack. That's taboo. So what's going to be the motivation and the incentive for content creators to want to come on their show after this, when once again they are showing people that they are exactly what they are accused of being? These guys couldn't be any stupider.
I started seeing a bunch of people just make random videos saying that Fresh and Fit tried to do this and that to them. They deleted videos, copyrighted videos. Kevin got his Instagram deleted. And then you got Myron just saying outright that he's copywriting people. So he can't even defend himself at this point. I don't even know why he deleted the video. Playback has the clip. I'm not going to play it because you know how fair use is. But basically, they're copywriting people, which this isn't anything new. If you've been on YouTube for more than, 4 years? Not even 4 years. If you've been on YouTube or been watching YouTube for the past 6, maybe even 7 years, you know that this is in fact a thing that people do, and they do it for scummy reasons. Like, it was only a matter of time before Fresh and Fit just decided to start going after channels. Like, I've seen DJ Academics do it where he decided to start copywriting videos. It's not something that it's uncommon. It's what people do. A lot of these people, they come up off of reacting to stuff. That's usually the game on YouTube. You either make the content or you make the content that's already made better. As in you either make it or react to it. That's usually how it works on YouTube. And this was a perfect formula. You make something, then somebody reacts to it, and then somebody makes something in response to that, then somebody reacts to that. It's a perfect sync. It was a perfect loop until people decided I'm going to react to content, and then I'm going to copyright my reaction so you can't make anything behind that. People like this fuck up YouTube for everyone. What's pathetic is that these people, they're the same ones, literally, like Fresh and Fit. They have no problems crying and bitching and moaning, saying that they're being censored by YouTube. They say this like every other podcast. They tell you to subscribe to their Patreon. They tell you to follow them on Instagram. Whatever other platform they decide to hop on, they immediately try to guilt shame you into hopping on there with them by saying that, oh, they're suppressing their red pill. If you had to react to get to the level that you got to right now, and you decide, I'm going to go ahead and just copyright all my content and then strike people who have my content in it. If you go ahead and do that and you get your YouTube deleted, I don't think people are subscribing to your channel. It doesn't make any sense. Why would you put out a video blatantly telling everyone you're copyright striking, whatever you want to call it, every other channel, hoping to get them deleted, and then turn around and say, hey, subscribe to my YouTube? Like, we're supposed to feel bad for somebody who's deleting other YouTube channels on purpose, but we're supposed to subscribe to yours because you want to keep yours. At the same time, you also want YouTube to stop trying to delete you, or you want these other websites to stop kicking you off, right? But you want to use YouTube, the same system that is hurting you. You want to use that same system to make sure people can't eat off you, but you love to eat off everybody else. You're doing as many collabs as you can. You're reacting to as many videos as you can. You're doing this twice a night, if not every day of the week. Just reactions on top of reactions. But you want to copyright other people. That doesn't make any sense. I don't think YouTube's going to get any better. In my opinion, if you were to ask me what's going to happen in the near future for like Fresh and Fit and people like Fresh and Fit, they're not going to last too long. They're not going to last.
I'm not sure who this content creator is, but I actually I really like his perspective. He's spot on. But yeah, man, these guys are reckless with it, because the level of hypocrisy that I see from these guys, it doesn't amaze me. What amazes me is that people still support and follow this shit. I mean, they blatantly tell on themselves constantly, but I mean, for their fans to be so loyal, they watch all their episodes. So if you watch all their episodes, then you would know that these dudes are constantly complaining about, you know, being censored and how delicate things are nowadays as far as speaking the truth and the red pill and all this other kind of shit. But then here you are trying to shut down other people in the very same, you know, community or space that you're in, which is ridiculous, because the whole point of this space is for us to be able to say what we want to say as men without being policed, censored, walking on eggshells, or anything of that nature. And then also, it's interesting for guys that are making so much money off of YouTube, they're quick to try to shut down other people's channels and stop their bread, while they're doing every slimy, sneaky thing they can do to maximize their bread. When Myron was begging everybody to get on Twitch and watch from YouTube and Twitch at the same time, it's because he's trying to double up his views. I mean, everything that they've done has been to maximize subs, maximize views, maximize clout. And yet they're upset that other people are making content in the pursuit of views and clout. It's the hypocrisy level is just unfucking.
Yo, guys, I'm gonna go to Columbia, retire on a boat. A bunch of hoes would be like, yo, it was fun when it lasted.
Yo, let me just address this real quick, guys. We're not going anywhere. There's no 7 days. There's none of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? We didn't get anything from YouTube, right? This is like, oh, you've been notified. Like, no, bro. Our lawyers are already handled it. You know what I'm saying? And they're successful in removing some videos, guys. You know, it is what it is. You know, we're not here to try to go after anybody. We got to protect ourselves, man. And it's crazy how everyone's trying to jump on us for protecting ourselves after all the crazy allegations that were made that were proven not true. So, I mean, if you guys are going to come at us for defending ourselves, then okay, all right, that's fine. It is what it is.
We're here to make content.
We're not here to stir drama or talk.
How the heck are you protecting yourself when people calling you out on what you're saying and what you're doing? You're saying one thing and doing another. people calling you out. You're scamming your subs, people calling you out. Habitually lying, people calling you out. I mean, what are you protecting yourself from? What are you defending yourself from there? And then to go on and say that you're not here for drama, bro, your entire channel is centered around drama. Your entire channel is about kicking up drama with females at that. I mean, what a bitch.
You start attacking Myron out of nowhere. Insecure ass niggas.
Yo, shorty.
This is dumbass.
Yo, shorty.
That don't even mention God.
Why you so mad?
When I tell you, before you don't keep it going to you.
Yo, shorty, I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I don't know what smoke you got with anybody else on here.
I love it when women call Myron out, when they expose him. I love it when the chicks, hit the nail right on the head, because they're around him for like 5-10 minutes and they already call it. But yeah, absolutely, this motherfucker is as insecure as you can be, and that's why he couldn't stand to be around me, because he's just not secure within himself. That's also why everybody he deals with, he has to have a huge unfair advantage. His entire staff has to be a bunch of lame dudes that stutter, that let him walk all over them and don't stand up for themselves. When the females come over, they got to be drunk. They have to be without their cell phone so they can't research anything or look anything up. If they say something that he doesn't like, he automatically bullies them and threatens to kick them out. Yeah, a lot of insecure behavior, bruh. A lot of insecure behavior. But what I want you guys to pay attention to in this next clip is the visual insecurity. The insecurity that you can see, you can even smell it through the screen all over his body. Look at his body language. The thing about Myron is he tells on himself with the shit that he says, but more importantly, with his body language. Every time he's kicked a female out, he's been extremely uncomfortable doing it. The dude doesn't know what to do with his hands, like Will Ferrell in Talladega Nights. I mean, he's a fucking punk. And he's perpetrating and pretending to be something else. And we all know what time it is, man. But just check out this body language.
Wait, what? You up? Bro, look at you standing up angry, nigga. Sit the fuck down. Wait, why you mad at her? Why you mad at her? She ain't say shit.
What did I do?
Yo, shorty. I was trying to dismiss you because you're a broke ass bitch who ain't get a babysitter who talking about you gotta go home to your kid. Nigga, go home to your little nigga and go handle your business, nigga. Go handle your business, nigga. Go handle your business. Go handle your business, bitch. Go handle.
Yo, shorty, you gotta go. You gotta go. Go handle your business. You heard what I said. You gotta go. You gotta go. Go handle your business. Go handle your business. Go handle your business. Go handle your business. Yo, this ain't Christ-like. This ain't Christ-like. This ain't Christ-like. This ain't Christ-like. Yo, shorty, you let I've been exposed to all that. Go handle your business. Where?
Baby, I'm not gonna keep it. You want me to whole podcast sit here and talk to women? Degrade women.
Eat a Snickers. You not yourself. Yo, shorty. Eat a Snickers, bro. Eat a Snickers, bro. Eat a Snickers. Eat a Snickers, bro. You not yourself. Go home.
Hey, yo. Who did you swing on, bro? You wildin'. She just swung on the man. She's tripping. Girl, you embarrassing yourself on live, on YouTube. You're a mother. You cannot act like this. It's the fact that she
that ain't Christ-like, y'all.
Like the fact she got mad. It's videos why she had a kid out of wedlock.
What these dudes are the best at, besides having the best studio. I will give them that all day long. They do have the best damn studio, but other than that, only thing I could say that he's leading is the amount of times he's been accosted and assaulted by women on his own damn show. You just saw another chick put the paws on this dude. He's always threatening guys, always threatening chicks. I never see any action, though. He ran his mouth about me. I told him to see me in them streets. When I came to see him, he had to pull the toolie out on me. Trained dude, trained fighter, supposedly. boxes and all this other stuff, but pulls a gun out when offered a fair fight. But when offered a fair fight over the phone, he tells me, oh, whatever, I'm not afraid of you. Only scared men need guns for unarmed men.
Shout out to everybody on the panel too. I wish I had a chance to be on here, but I'm driving and I don't want to. I'd rather be able to sit down and have such a serious conversation. But I think it could possibly be a good conversation in the future for content creators, for beginning, for veterans, because there's a lot that continues to change. TikTok has put pressure on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube to reevaluate what fair use really is. So it's going to come down to a matter. This is going to always be there, but at the end of the day, I think everyone across the board is united on one thing: censorship is not a good thing. I don't want because you start censoring. That's why it's the First Amendment. You start censoring one, the next is going to be you.
It's true, right? It's going to come back around on you. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Kevin. You are a brother to the channel. You can come up.
Hey, doing, bro? Welcome.
So I'm probably going to be the only critical caller. I'm not a hater. I don't want to be ratted as well. Like, I really fuck with you guys. You guys made some of the dopest content past 2 weeks, especially. But
sure, go ahead.
The only thing that I just want to be critical on is just like how I feel like you guys are kind of censoring a lot of things and like censoring chat, censoring Reddit, censoring this, and it's like I just want to kind of tell you from like an advice type of standpoint. Like when people feel like they can't speak, they kind of move to different avenues, right? So like when the Reddit was the Fresh Fit Reddit was so like jam packed and censored, deleted, they made a new Reddit.
Can I address that for you real quick?
Bubbled. Go ahead.
We have no control of the Reddit.
Yeah, we don't.
Me and Fresh do not. I just want to make that extremely clear, guys. I did not even know a Reddit existed on us until all the drama unfolded back in August.
I just joined.
Anyways, so the main point I called in and wanted to speak to you guys is just because like I want you guys to like I don't want to have this huge like hater mob on you guys. You know what I mean? I want to see you guys do well. I want to see you guys succeed. I want to see 1 million subscribers. And I feel like you guys going down this road of like copyright striking people. And like if you think about it, there's two perspectives, right? There's the upside and the downside going down this path, right? The upside is you guys will, take away some of the smaller channels that are eating off your guys' name, right? Like they're probably making a few $100 off your name, whatever. But you guys
thousands.
you guys are so huge.
Thousands, bro.
Listen, you guys are so huge. Yeah. Okay, they're making thousands, but the upside is you guys are making like high 6 figures, 7 figures. They're so irrelevant. I don't even see the point of even going after these guys. But the downside is, and I don't want this to happen. The downside is, like we saw it on the live stream, all these large creators literally sitting there for hours talking like, how do we take these guys down? And I don't see like a whole point of going down this path. Honestly, I feel like you guys should just focus on the content. Don't even worry about the copyright striking. Let people talk. Honestly, like let people talk. Let people say whatever they want. And if they're really defaming you, I would say take a defamation like lawsuit on them. I wouldn't go the copyright strike. And the only reason I'm saying this is because I've been on YouTube for a minute and I've seen how people treat content creators that do copyright strikes. I've seen like how they really treat them. People like to rally behind the person who's being the victim. You can kind of think about it, right? People look at you guys as the bullies, and I'll say the manosphere, like people who are just like general YouTube watchers. They'll look at you as the bullies, and they'll look
as far as the other things, valid critiques. You know what I'm saying? Like people will say, "Oh well, aren't you guys against cancel culture and everything else?" Here's the thing, man. It's one thing to criticize us and attack our ideas or whatever. Yeah. But bro, there's a line in the sand, my man. These guys are out here calling us horrible things. They're alleging that we're criminals, scammers. It's got to a point now. Because remember, bro, this has been going on for 4 months now. We've stayed silent. We haven't said anything. We've tried to work with people behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? We released a 5-hour video that that debunks all of this stuff, and the videos still keep coming. And we don't talk about these people negatively whatsoever. So it's like at some point, man, like, are we going to sit there and let them keep trampling on us? Or are we going to defend ourselves to some degree? These guys are going at our name. They're going at our livelihood, bro.
And then no one said there wasn't any defamation things coming. We didn't say that.
So you know what I'm saying?
The past 2 weeks.
Caller. Go, Mark. Finish it.
The past 2 weeks, bro, you guys have been killing it, bro. Like nobody was thinking about these haters, like these critiquers, bro. Nobody was thinking about them. It wasn't until all of them was like, "Hey, I'm getting strict. Hey, I'm getting strict. Hey, I'm getting strict." It's like detracting from your guys' message. Like I feel like when you guys are the #1 RP channel. You guys are the #1 source of entertainment and like finance and everything, which is amazing. But I feel like you guys get hurt when you try to, when people spin narratives and you have so many large enemies. I don't want to see you guys get piled on and piled on and piled on. It can just be stressful for not only you guys, but also your viewers because they're having to constantly defend you. You know what I mean? Like,
here's the point, man. Here's the point, though. Hear me out.
Yeah.
When other people do this, no one bats an eye. But if we do it, it's a problem. And mind you, they've been piling on us for months now. You know what I'm saying? Making videos that are not even critiques anymore, bro. They're legit just lying on us, saying horrible things. Bro, some of these guys have gone around saying that I'm a rapist and shit. Let me know if you would allow that to happen to you, where they can tarnish your name and reputation and your integrity with slander to that level.
And honestly, the people who've been saying the crazy stuff, the racist stuff, this stuff, they honestly should see some type of recourse, some type of action against them. You know what I mean? Because YouTube doesn't allow when you can just harass people. Honestly, like, bro, you can go avenues where people's literally harassing you, bro. You can take actions, but I don't think like, I think the only thing we're disagreeing with is the whole copyright strike method, bro. But there are places where you can say, hey, this person's harassing me. They don't like.
I see what you're saying, bro. I see what you're saying, but
people like Right Thumb are not, huge anymore because they used to bully kids. Like, you can't harass people anymore, bro. They shouldn't be harassing you. They should stop your back.
Here's the thing you gotta understand, bro. Hear me out. Here's the thing you gotta understand.
Yeah.
This is a gunfight. You're telling us to use butter knives in a gunfight. Oh no, just do this, bro. Like, nah, bro. They came at our necks. They're coming at our necks. They're trying to destroy us. It's clearly a calculated move where they're banding together to try to destroy us. We have to use every tool in our repertoire to defend ourselves, man.